Now, I would never dare to try and explain, simplify Bill T. Jones. An artist is in part defined as having a unique perspective on life. But to my thinking, that is not enough. What he does with this insight is the measure of an artist. Now, Bill is the embodiment of the Visibility Award. He is a man, a gorgeous man, who has always lived his freedom. His work crosses all lines: class, race, sexuality. He has said that he wants his work to enlighten, to provoke, to create compassion. In listening to some of his interviews, particularly with the iconic Bill Moyers, I was struck by how often he uses the word faith. Faith in us, that we, all of us, can become more, find and live our freedoms. His marriage of speech and movement juxtapositions and illuminates all his beliefs. In my budding friendship with Bill and his extraordinary partner, Bijon, I feel challenged. I feel cherished. I feel my best self. That is all that he asks of the world, because that's what he lives. Now, before Bill comes up, we're going to give you a taste of some of his work with a video.
For more than 30 years, Bill T. Jones has been redefining American dance both as one of its most powerful performers and provocative choreographers. In 2007, Jones choreographed the Tony Award-winning Spring Awakening on America's biggest stage, Broadway.
God, I dreamed there was an angel.
His dances captured the essence of youthful rebellion and teen angst.
And you won a Tony for that.
Yes, I did.
What was that like?
Oh, have you seen it on YouTube?
Bill T. Jones, Spring Awakening.
2 years later, a second Tony Award for Failing.
419, the government's code for fraud. There are little thieves and big thieves. I have seen the future.
The son of migrant farmers, his family followed the crops from Florida to New York State. A track scholarship got him to college. A dance class turned his body from running to flying. Then he met Arnie Zane. They couldn't have been more different or more in love.
The openly gay interracial couple took on the world together, rethinking the shape of American dance and theater in the process.
Our work is about how many different people with different backgrounds, different races, different genders can come together and succeed in making something that's beautiful and has meaning and poetry to it.
I'm Bill T. Jones, and I grew up in Steuben County in upstate New York. I support marriage equality. We all agree that marriage is a fundamental right, and in our society, there are no second-class citizens.
Oh, this is all sounds pretty good in the mouth of a 60-year-old man, but at that time it was sort of in the background noise. The culture, everything you and I have been talking about had given me this moment, the slow dance. I took him by the hand and we went on the floor. You could literally hear the gasp. As my detractors have said, why were you rubbing our face in it? I didn't know I was rubbing my face in it. I thought, you know, hey, free at last, thank God Almighty, I'm free at last, cuts all sorts of directions. We always insisted that we never hide who we were. Revolution, it's easy to sing about it, but we knew what it felt like.
You watch Bill T dance, and you see his amazing choreography, and you begin to realize that Bill T. Jones, indeed, stands taller than most other men.
As my mother says, life ain't nothing, child, but putting one foot in front of another. A good leader does not have to have all the answers, but a good leader should know how to ask the right questions. There's this question that never goes away. Why do I do what I do? Who am I doing it for? And what about the audience? You are not your body. You are not your parents' chains. The future is yours. There's only one great common denominator in all of humanity, and that is the capacity to love.
And we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up. And we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Bill T. Jones.
And I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Thank you, thank you. First, a heartfelt thank you to the great and lovely Kathleen Turner. And a hearty thank you to the Human Rights Campaign for the fierce, intelligent, and powerful work they do every day, and for honoring me, along with Seniority Weaver and Governor Andrew Cuomo. So, visibility, huh? Now, you know how it is if you don't want to go to a dinner and get involved with politics or airing anything, but I'm going to take you back in a little time capsule. So let me go back to 1971 and read an anecdote from my memoir, or performance in text, called Last Night on Earth. During the first summer at Binghamton University, I found a yellow mimeograph sheet posted in the Student Union, "Gay, come out and meet your brothers and sisters." In smaller print, I found the details about an on-campus gay liberation consciousness-raising group hosted by Larry L., a blonde man who seemed to the self-appointed consciousness of queers on campus. It was 2 years after Stonewall, and people were beginning to emerge from their closets, some timidly, others like Larry, defiantly and flamboyantly. The coming out meeting took place in a large room upstairs in the Student Union. A partition divided the men from the women. People sat around cross-legged, listening to Broadway show tunes and talking about who was or was not gay on campus, about some hot new disco in New York, and about how pathetic the gay townies were. Larry had broken the ice by entertaining us with a very funny, very camp anecdote about his infrequent trips to the gymnasium. With time, others in the room reflected on the difficulties of being Italian-American and gay, or being Jewish and gay. I took a deep breath and volunteered that it was particularly hard for me to come out because blacks saw being gay as, and I chose my words very carefully, the ultimate emasculation of the black man. For a long moment, my statement just sat there in the middle of the circle like a stone. Then everyone quickly moved on to other more consequential topics. The most important one by far being the party that they were planning at Larry's apartment for the following weekend. I went. And it's there that my life changed, and that change was called Arnold Martin Zane. Arnie Zane, 5'4", Italian, Jewish man, stands with me tonight. I want to acknowledge him. But, and he would understand this, I must also acknowledge the love and support of my friend, collaborator, and husband, Bjorn Amelan, as well. And I want to thank Janet Wong, my first associate director since Arnie Zane. Janet said to me one night when I was having a meltdown at a gala, she said, "I am here and I have faith." And she has proven it over and over again over the last 20 years. Thank you, Janet. And I want to thank all the members of Bill T. Jones Arnie Zane Dance Company, past and present, all my collaborators, presenters, funders, all the individuals who have and still do believe. I want to thank my father, Gus Jones, who said to my mother at just the right time, "Sweet, leave the boy alone." He's a man now. And my mother, Estella, who toured the world with me and my crazy band of performers in Last Supper at Uncle Tom's Cabin, bringing the prayer and benediction every night from the stage, saying, "Lord, bless my son with whatever it is he thinks he's doing." I want to thank all the staff, administration, and board and directors of New York Live Arts who know visibility is never achieved without a community of doers. And I want to thank all the men and women, the hot ones and the very cool ones, who have seen me when I could not or would not see myself. And at this point, I want to thank my colleagues in the dance world. I want to thank all those brave soldiers who believe that art making makes us better as a democracy. I did not get a chance to speak to our much loved governor tonight, but this art world, we need what this room has tonight. We are not a luxury. We're not something that you do as a charity. You're fighting for hearts and minds here. I want to thank all of the artists who I call soldiers. Do you think I'll make a soldier? Do you think I'll make a soldier? Help me, Lord. Do you think I'll make a soldier? Soldiers of love. And you finish it. Thank you very much.